Oh, hey everyone, I'm Big John, and welcome to another episode of the Diz Ability Show, coming to you this week from my RV. All right, so this week I want to talk to you guys about tips for people who have limited mobility. Now, today's tip comes to us courtesy by my friend Amy from Beth's Disney Adventures. More about them later. My friend Amy, she is one of those limited mobility people who have to navigate through the parks on a scooter. So the first thing is, if you have limited mobility, don't be ashamed or afraid to have a scooter around. It is a good way to navigate the parks, and even though you are in a scooter or a wheelchair, that doesn't mean you don't get to enjoy Disney the same way as other people do. Also, if you have an electric scooter, make sure you charge it overnight, because you do not want to have a scooter around the parks during the day and have it run out of charge. So that is a good thing to do. Also, one thing that we talked about last week, the DAS pass. Make sure you get a DA. If you saw the show last week's episode from our regular studio, we talked about getting the disability pass, and it'll easily help you get yourself in the ride. And it's a very important thing to have. And also, just enjoy yourself with it, and make sure and if you have a scooter, make sure it has a little thing in the back for you to put your bags and stuff. And it's very convenient. And if you have limited mobility, I recommend you getting a local scooter company, or get one of the Disney scooters to help you out. I think the local companies outside of Disney really provide great limited mobility scooters for my friend and many other people. So make sure you do that if you're one of those people who can't walk for a long period of time. I know quite a couple people who do that. So anyway, that's my tip. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions or recommendations for tips, or have questions on how to do Disney for people with disabilities, and I'll make sure it gets into a future episode. And now it's time for this week's Top 5. So, summer is just around the corner, and out in Florida right now, it already feels like summer, because as from watching some streams yesterday, people say that it is hot. So, how do you keep cool on a hot day at the parks or a hot day at Disney? So, this week, the top 5 best ways to keep cool. So, number 5, the water attractions. Splash Mountain over at the Magic Kingdom, or Collier River Rapids over at Animal Kingdom. Those are 2 great rides to go on if you feel hot, if you're very hot and you need to cool off. And if you do those rides, trust me, you will definitely cool off. And if you're one of those people who don't want to completely get wet, like my mother, wear a poncho. Or if you're adventurous like I am, don't. Anyway, number 4, keep yourself hydrated. Yes, because there's going to be a lot of people, myself included, who have so much fun in the parks, they forget to drink, and their blood sugar goes. So, what you want to do? Have drinks with you. Have drinks in your backpack. Get drinks in the parks. It'll definitely keep you from overheating yourself. All right, speaking of not overheating yourself, number 3, get ice cream. The ice cream at the parks always, always, always keep cool. Whether it's the Mickey ice cream bar, the Mickey ice cream sandwich. Those are always cool every time because the carts that they are in are actually portable freezers. And that is very convenient. So you have the perfect cool ice cream every time. So highly get that if you want something cool to have during your day at the parks. Number 2, go to a water park. I know Typhoon Lagoon isn't open right now, but that is one that we typically go to sometimes. And what we usually do is rent a cabana or an umbrella, a place for us to rendezvous and to put all of our stuff in. And if you rent an umbrella, no one else can take it. It is a very convenient thing to have if you're at the water parks. And all the water slides and the wave pool will definitely help you cool off. And my number 1 way to cool off during a day at Disney, go to a resort pool. If you're staying at a Disney resort, it is a very good idea to do the pools because it'll take a break from the parks, take a nice swim, go down the water slide, which I typically do 100 times per trip, or 105. I have a record. Just keep yourself refreshed. Go in the hot tub or watch the kids play in the little kiddie area. The pools are highly recommended if you want a break from the parks and you want to go back and do something at your hotel. So anyway, that's this week's top 5. Let me know in the comments what your favorite way is to keep cool at Disney. And so now Disney has announced, well, Disney hasn't announced it yet, but there's this new patent going around of a new dynamic queue system. And Bob Chapek also said something about this new system and saying that along with saying that the park reservation system is here to stay. Now, this new dynamic queue system, I'm worried because because as you know, we're trying to keep track on if and when fast passes are coming back. And with this new patent system, I'm kind of worried that this may not come back. And if it doesn't, what does that mean for the disability pass? But I know you guys are worried about this, but don't worry. We're keeping track of this. And when we know more about it, you guys will be the first to know, all right? So for now, the disability pass is here to stay, and I hope it does through this new system, which is still yet to be officially announced, but you never know what's going to happen. We are slowly getting back to normal, and that is what's important right now. So anyway, that's this week's show. As I mentioned, let me know in the comments if you have any questions or recommendations for tips on how to do Disney for people with disabilities, and I'll make sure it gets into a future episode. And now, for this week's shout-outs, make sure you guys check out my friends, the Sabal family, S-O-B-A-L, the Sabal family vlogs. They do great live streams and videos from Disney and Universal. They are now Disney cast members. Go to their channel, subscribe to them, comment, and on them telling them how great of a job they're doing. Also, make sure you check out Oh Snap Productions. They are a film channel that does film reviews and short films and parodies of Disney film trailers. Make sure you check that out. Also, my friend Beth at Beth's Disney Adventures, her sidekick Amy is the one that gave me the tips for this week's tip portion of the show. And Amy is now an official Florida resident now. Another one before me. Make sure you go to their channel, go to Beth's channel, and watch some of their live streams. And have a lot of fun watching them. I make a cameo in one of them. And also make sure you check out Disney Inside Andy. Andy is a 15-year-old with autism. He talks about his favorite stuff with Disney along with his mom and sister. Make sure you check that channel out as well. And as always, for the latest attraction news, Make sure you check out my good friends over at Attractions Magazine. Thank you for watching, and for all of you, and for all of the, and a deep heartfelt thank you for our armed forces, our servicemen and women who have fought for us in the past and are continuing to fight for us today. Happy Memorial Day. As a son of retired Navy, I salute each and every one of you people watching who have family members who have served or are continuing to serve our country. Happy Memorial Day to each and every one of you. And until next time, have a zippity-doo-dah day.